Chapter 10 Mistletoe. When Adrian and Marinette arrived at the Bourgeois Hotel, Kim, Odine, and Max were also just arriving. The boys were both wearing ugly Christmas sweaters, and Kim clearly looked as though he had preloaded on drinks before he came. Odine, on the other hand, had opted for a simple red party dress and was helping Max keep her very merry boyfriend in line. Inside the venue, the room had been decorated with bunting and holly, and there was a beautiful Christmas tree near the dance floor. Almost all of their friends from school were there, either members of the miraculous team or part of the group by association. In a way, Marinette was happy that there was no more secrets among them, especially with the support they were all able to offer to Adrian in those first few dark days after Gabriel's downfall. Zoe rushed over to greet them all and show them to the buffet. The mayor had spared no expense for his stepdaughter with a lavish spread. Ali and Nino were already there, and an intrepid reporter was quick to spy Adrian's hand holding onto her best friend's. Was that a sign of progress? Of course, it was always difficult for Alia to decipher anything with those two, and she also knew that as Ladybug and Chat Noir, they shared a closeness that was different to others. Still, she had her backup plans just in case. As the guests continued to arrive, Luca and the other members of Kitty's section set up to play. Marinette hadn't really seen Luca since the final battle with Shadow Moth. Zoe went over to talk to them, and Marinette noticed that Luca's eyes followed her across the room as she talked with the other guests. The Kitty section played a set of Christmas songs to get everyone in the festive mood. Zoe also joined them up on stage for a few songs, playing a tambourine and looking like she was having the time of her life. Marinette was happy to see Chloe's sister enjoying herself after having been left behind the way she was, and it was clear that she and Luca were enjoying each other's company. Adrian took Marinette by the hand and led her onto the dance floor, where they were joined by a few of the other couples. He spun her around, her dress flaring out like he had the night before in her room, and she giggled as he dropped her into a dip, his eyes shining. They hadn't been dancing for long when Kim suddenly called out, "Hey, look! Adrian and Marinette are under mistletoe!" Looking up, they discovered there was indeed a hanging ball of the festive plants above their heads, where the mirror ball would usually hang. Where had that come from? Marinette didn't think it had been there when they arrived. "You know the rules," Alia said smugly. "It's a tradition to kiss under the mistletoe." Marinette knew that look on Alia's face. She had something to do with this. Marinette was certain. "Kiss! Kiss! Kiss!" Rose started chanting through the microphone, and everyone else joined in clapping. Adrian gave Marinette a very chat smirk. "May I have the honor of this kiss, milady?" he asked with a low bow. "You may," she replied, trying not to giggle. Adrian knew everyone was no doubt expecting something a little shy and unsure. So instead, Adrian took Marinette's face in both of his hands and gave her a deep, passionate kiss that not only sent her completely weak at the knees, but also sent the room into an eruption of cheers and applause. Alia's mouth practically dropped at the open spectacle. "Wait a minute," she said as the two tried to catch their breath. "That was no first kiss! When did this happen?" she demanded, pointing between them. "Last night," Marinette admitted, her cheeks glowing. Adrian wrapped his arms around her waist and hugged her from behind. "It's official," he added. "We're finally dating." Neil patted his best friend on the back, and everyone congratulated them. "Girl, you are going to have to give me all the deets. Stat!" Alia said, looping an arm around her best friend and taking her off towards the buffet. Taking a break, the band set the jukebox to play while Kim, Ivan, and Max dragged Adrian and Nino into a game of beer pong that had been set up. Kim was taking full advantage of Alex being away with her father and brother to try and beat everyone else. But Adrian proved to be quite competitive. Or maybe he was just showing off for Marinette like the cat he was. Luca came over to Marinette, giving her a friendly hug. "It's good to see you again. It's been too long." "It's good to see you too, Luca," Marinette said. "I see you find yourselves a new member of the band." Luca looked towards where Zoe was trying to stop Kim from spiking the non-alcoholic punch with a flask he had brought with him. "It's still kind of new," he said with a shy smile. After everyone's identities were revealed, Rose suggested we invited her to join the band. "It's been nice having her around." Marinette gave him a knowing smile. You like her, don't you? She was sure Luca went a little pink in the cheeks. Yeah, I do like her. I like her a lot, he admitted. There's something comforting about her, like a favorite melody that I forgot and found again. I'll be honest, these new feelings have been a little unexpected, but I've started writing a new song and she's inspired it. Maybe when it's done, I'll play it for her. Hey! Ivan and Milan are under the mistletoe! Kim called out, pointing to where the couple were near the dessert table. The two lovebirds giggled as they shared a small kiss under the hanging plant. Everyone erupted into applause and laughter. Wait, did the mistletoe move? Marina asked, confused. She could have sworn the mistletoe had been above the dance floor when she and Adrian kissed. It's a little game Zoe came up with, Luca chuckled. She knew everyone would avoid the mistletoe if they knew where it was, so she got the butler moving it around throughout the night on a remote control targeting all the couples. Marinette had to hand it to her. It was a smart idea, and one she was sure Zoe hadn't come up with on her own if that smirk on Alia's face earlier had anything to go by. Sneaky. No mistletoe for you and Zoe then? She asked teasingly. Luca almost looked lost for words. Well, we'd have to be a couple first, he said, sounding a little nervous. So, I heard Adrian is spending Christmas with you, Luca continued, shifting the focus off of himself. Marinette knew he'd sidestepped on purpose, but she let it slide. I'm glad you two finally figured it all out. Marinette smiled. So am I, she said, sounding content. Over the course of the night, various other couples found themselves under the mistletoe, helpfully being pointed out by Kim. That was until Max called out Kim and Odin. Kim picked up his long-term girlfriend in a bridal carry, planting a sloppy kiss on her amid calls to get a room, and possibly a taxi home. Marinette was sitting on Adrian's lap while they were taking a break from dancing, just enjoying each other's company. After Kim was dragged away from the mistletoe, she looked over to where Luca and Zoe were talking near the bandstand. Kitty's section had just finished singing another set and Zoe was helping to reset the jukebox. The way Zoe was looking at Luca as they talked, it was clear the feelings he had told Marinette about earlier were mutual. It just needed a little push. Hey Kitty, you want to help me in a game of catching the mistletoe? Marinette asked, resting her head back on Adrian's shoulder. Princess, if you want a kiss, you only have to ask. He leaned in and grinned, wiggling his eyebrows. Not us, Luca and Zoe, she laughed, pushing his face away. It's clear they like each other. I'm going to have to pull in some helpers, but here's the plan. After their short break, Julika and Rose took to the stage to sing a few new songs they had been working on together. Marinette asked Luca for a dance, while Adrian asked Zoe. A few of the other couples also joined them on the dance floor. After a few minutes, Adrian moved with Zoe across to where Luca and Marinette were. May I cut in? Adrian asked Luca, taking Marinette's hand and spinning Zoe into the unsuspecting musician's arms. Luca and Zoe looked at each other stunned for a moment, and Marinette feared the plan was going to backfire. Then they gave each other a shy smile before moving to the rhythm of the music. Marinette then caught Butler Jean's eye, and the mistletoe ball was moved back over the top of the dance floor. Mistletoe! Kim called out. Luca and Zoe are under the mistletoe! The music stopped, and everyone waited in anticipation. You know the rules, Rose teased from the stage. It is tradition. Julika was giving a thumbs up from behind her. Are you okay with this? Luca asked. Zoe looked up at him through her eyelashes and nodded a yes. Luca gently hooked a finger under Zoe's chin and tilted her blushing face up towards his. Leaning down, he placed a soft, gentle kiss on her lips, among oohs and ahs from their friends. Later, Zoe came to find Marinette and tell her that Luca had invited her to come and spend Christmas Day on the Kufen boat, and Luca had asked her to go on a date. Adrian and Marinette shared a little pound-it. End of chapter.